In this video, I'm going to be teaching you how to set the bump settings on a CK gate control box. While holding down the button, so you got to continuously hold the button, plug in the gate control. The green light will light up and stay solid for several seconds. Then the red light will begin to blink. Make sure you have sufficient volume turned up on the box. The voice files are quieter than the cadence. When you let up on the button,
160 milliseconds.
It's going to tell you how many milliseconds the down pulse is.
Down pulse 160 milliseconds.
And then it's going to tell you how many up pulses you have.
140 milliseconds. Up pulse 140 milliseconds. Ready.
So this gate this box is currently set at 1614 is the two times. 160 milliseconds for the down pulse and 140 milliseconds for the up pulse. So that means that the gate up signal is going to turn back on again 160 milliseconds after the signal is there for the gate to drop. So it reads back each one of those in succession. 160, it says 160 milliseconds, and then it'll read it a second time. Between those two times you can make your adjustments, and then it'll read back the new time. So I'm going to unplug the control and start over again. So holding the button down, plug it in, goes through the sequence of the lights. Green light comes on, red light will flash. I'm going to go from 160 to 200, and I'm going to go from 140 to 100.
Down pulse 160 milliseconds.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Down pulse 200 milliseconds. Up pulse 140 milliseconds.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Up pulse 100 milliseconds. Ready.
So now I have it adjusted to 200 and 100. So there are several instances where you do not want a bump set in the box at all. So now we're going to set it to be no bump in the box at all. So again, I'm going to unplug it, holding down the button, plug it back in.
Down pulse 200 milliseconds.
So I'm not going to make any adjustments on the down pulse. 200 is a good number for no
down
bump.
Pulse 200 milliseconds. Up pulse 100 milliseconds.
So I just pressed the button once. We never have a setting where we use 10 milliseconds.
Milliseconds.
So here it said 0 milliseconds. So now there is no bump setting at all. So just by pressing the button once, you get a 0 setting. So now we're going to test it.
Okay, riders, random start.
Watching the up and down lights, you will not see the up light light up. It'll only be a down. Only a down, signifying that there is no bump setting. So you can do this as many times as you need until you get your gate dialed in. You just have to unplug the box, hold the button down, plug it back in, and go through that sequence, over and over until you get your settings the way you want it. Generally, once your settings are set, you don't need to make any adjustments to that. If something changes in your system or you feel you need to change your bump setting, something probably else is wrong with your system. There's an air pressure issue, There's, your cylinder is worn, that sort of thing. Typically a gate, once the bump settings are set, they should be that setting, unless, there's a major, change to how the gate needs to be operating, a different ARAM or something like that.